Mic check, sound testing.
Yeah, we're back at it.
Picking up all right.
I believe so.
Excellent.
All right, well, welcome back to Real, and Blake. Happy 8 years of friendship.
Happy 8 years, brother. It's great to be here, and it's not a mighty evolution to behold. So
yeah, man,
it's evolved so far since the early days of that. So that's amazing. You pointed that out to me on the way that we were there. So
yeah, my Facebook came up this morning saying. Share, they share the memories like every day or whatever. And it was like 8 years of friendship with Blake Hall, and I was like, oh wow, and we met in 2018, so that makes sense, right?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, perfectly. The K-Brew out, and
and I'm sure we connected on Facebook before we actually met up. So I think you messaged me at first.
Probably like around the January range. Yeah, I think we planned to meet up like a month later because I saw the creative endeavors you were into. I'm like, well, it just resonates. The journey resonates so much, and
yeah, man, it brought up pictures of. The Suds and Cinema Film Fest that I hosted.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then it brought up pictures of My Good Neighbor.
2018. That's a that's a dear year.
And then it showed a picture of 2014. It was April 2024. April 2024. And your beard was really long, and your hair was kind of long, and you had like these kind of like rosy sunglasses on, and I could not tell where it was.
I know what you're talking about. We were out at
I don't know where we're at.
Like a city somewhere. I don't know where either. Yeah, I couldn't actually put that down either.
Yeah, I was like just looking. I was like, I cannot, because there's no other background besides like
maybe it was from Ohio a long time ago. Or,
no, it was like in 2024.
Yeah, I know. That's
like the picture was from 2024.
That's crazy.
So I'm just trying to figure out.
Where did we go in 2024?
I don't know. It was April 2024. It had to be after I got back from Vegas. So I was like,
that's surreal. I actually can't pin that down.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to show you the picture and see if you remember it. But anyways, happy 8 years. This is and now we've done a lot of different endeavors over the years.
A lot.
Of course, you came on just helping me with like behind the scenes of filmmaking. We've always watched movies together and things like that. We've started probably like 3 or 4 different podcasts over the years.
We have
the El Burrito blog podcast.
That's right. I'll never forget that.
We did one. I think it was Strange Talks. Remember that?
Yeah.
We did like 6 of those.
Yeah, that was a great one. Yeah, Strange Talks. Yeah, we just had a bunch of episodes.
We were doing the El Burrito. What was it? Strange News for a second.
Yeah, Strange News. That's right.
We were just trying to do all kinds of stuff, but then because I know we've always been very ambitious with what we've wanted to do.
Yeah,
and
ambition and just throwing things on the wall to see what lands in the years.
Yeah,
what sticks in the passing time.
COVID and life kind of just got in the way for it still gets in the way.
2020 was an original year in all this. That's when I was working with you at the lab, and that was a very original year. And everything, the world just kind of broke down and shut down. We also went up to Philly earlier that year, also. So I feel like that was a very monumental year in a sense.
It was of course that was a year I realized I was going to be a father too. So it was just a lot, very monumental year. And here we are in 2026 now, and I'm glad that we found a consistency of like our friendship and what we like to do, how we like to hang out, and find like our creative endeavors that we know we stay in our lanes at. Which is like we make movies when we can, we support each other in our projects, and we like to talk, so it's like let's find that proper outlet to
we're finding balance and everything, and maybe just being able to connect on like detailed oriented levels, because I think we met and it's like we already connected on a lot of dots, and I think we just kind of we continuously find further ways to evolve how we connect in a lot of ways, and I think that's just so fascinating and so cool.
It's cool, man. I'm really thankful for your friendship, and I'm thankful for anyone who takes time to listen to our shenanigans that we ever put out, because we throw a lot of shit out.
Yeah, we do. It means the world,
shit on the wall.
To have it out, that's what it is. Just throw shit on the wall. I'm the kind of guy. I realize I genuinely love being able to throw shit on the wall every single day, and just what lands. I don't know. Just do it anyways.
Some bass recordings lately.
I have been doing that lately. That's always been an instinct I've had. I should have been doing this like a decade ago, honestly. But now it's just one of those things. I just kind of have the idea of if I can do it, I'm just going to put it out in the public at this rate. And I think I've really built that up so intensely that I'm just going to do it every day indefinitely right now. It's just see how it feels, because it's just wow. wow, I feel a lot more calm in my day-to-day life whenever I do. I'm like uniquely calm right now.
You sound good.
That means a lot, man.
You,
cool.
You played really well. I was watching and listening. And I was like, oh yeah, you really keep up with it. You sound really good.
Thanks. That means a lot, man. Yeah, that's probably that's where my mind honestly goes when I'm drifting off all the time. So it's like, well, I might as well just give that to just put that out in the public. I don't know. It just feels good.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Well, it's like, and I understand that, man. Like it's like wanting to try something every day. I mean, that's how I feel internally, but reality I can't really accomplish. I mean, I'm sure anybody could say, well, that's an excuse you could, but it's like I could, but man, I mean, like life gets.
You got to get there in your own way, though, where it flows organically.
I won't force anything.
Don't force it. It's better to, because that's the thing. You want to have that thing you're good at every day, but you also, if you force it, it kind of makes it worse, and it doesn't work in the long run.
And I learned that lesson too.
It's got to be able to connect the dots with your everyday life in a sense.
I learned that lesson too, like throughout the years with my content and stuff. And but like the other day, I made that video on Patreon, which was just what am I listening to? Just like trying to go through like the last 5 records I spun, because I'm kind of reorganizing my vinyl collection, things like that. And then I just was like, well, let me just do like a 15-minute video of like talking and reviewing these albums.
Yeah, I heard a recent one, and that got me excited hearing you curious about like the Metallica bug and talking about that. I was like, yeah, man, that's all kinds of stuff you can go down there.
So, but that's just for me, to see if it's I like, again, just to try something, put it out there, on Patreon or wherever we're doing things, and and just seeing if it gets anything. I mean, just like this show, and just like in our movies and stuff like that. I was talking to you about my insecurities with TV Land. I'm editing that movie right now.
Yeah.
And, the last scene I just edited was like really frustrating, and I was kind of just like really like, what did I do? Why did I, what's it gonna look like, and how, it's just that. How did you word it?
You kind of said it was maybe too campy, like.
Well, no, yeah, definitely. I was thinking it was gonna be like campy, but you said like an existential, like.
Yeah, it kind of gets you existential.
Yeah.
You feel existential
when you're editing and stuff like that.
I mean, you do absolutely editing, because we talked about like editing kind of drives a certain madness, and I think that's it right there. It drives a perfectionism, and it's like there's a real particular feeling that's like, wow, it's almost impossible to feel satisfied with it in a moment, whenever you're taking on its surrealism, especially because you have a surrealistic vision, and I think you're probably looking at it like, is this
in my head? It's very surreal and very polished and very like intense and beautiful the way I envision it. And then you look at the reality of what you make, and you're like, well, the vision's there, but it's not as like what you look like in your head, which I don't even know what it looks like in my head. I just know I see, this like a story in my, original story that people would be interested to watch.
It's like having it's like having a conversation, and maybe something, and you kind of needs to hear the other side of the conversation before it can be fulfilling in a lot of ways.
So I don't know, but I also understand my own process, and like a lot of times, like I really can't see the vision. Like I can't really see what the movie looks and feels like. It's very close to what I originally kind of see it as until the very end, because I get so lost in the edit. Like, it's so frustrating and annoying and hard and challenging and long and long and long, and it's just like tedious, and so I can't really see it right then and there. So it's not until like kind of when it all starts coming together, like, oh yeah, okay, this is. And then after the fact, like Cho, I was like, this movie's pretty good, like, I remember The Gifted. After I put it together, at first I was kind of like, oh gosh, but after I'm like, all right, I really like what I did here.
Yeah.
It all kind of comes together.
It's surreal. It's so interesting kind of going through that motion, because like when you were in the moment of filming it, you were probably feeling great about it in that moment. You feel like quite amazing, triumphant. And I think the overthinking happens when it's like inevitably you're going to overthink every little detail, and then it's like, well, I could have done this. I could have. It's always like, what? I don't know. There's just all these question marks kind of hit you, and then I think that just is a really stressful amount of data after a while, and it just. I mean, I don't know the way around it, 'cause I've never really been able to conquer that. Hopefully, we'll see in my next projects.
I want to help you edit.
I want you to. I would really want that.
I really do.
I really want that.
I feel like that's something. A goal of mine would be eventually to.
With Reverie, man. Maybe when I finish that, maybe we can get into the editing together.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I'd really like to hear your thoughts, and see if give me an opportunity, like give me a chance to show you. Okay, how can I transcribe your thoughts into this project that you shot?
Yeah.
See what you think, and if you want to go a different way, or however you do it, that'd be that's that. At least you can. It's something I've always wanted to try.
Yeah, and that's what I've learned about the film ultimately more than anything. It's the ultimate. You can't be done alone. Kind of process. You need other people, and I mean more than ever. I think the humanity of this really lives in the film side of things.
And
big time.
And with TV Land, I've told you, like TV Land was it's the most personal project to date for me, and it's because I'm trying to challenge myself, or not even challenge myself, but like go back to my roots on things, which was the self-discovery and passion of why I love filmmaking. And
just being extremely personal about it and close up.
Because, like, you know, I think it goes back to what we were talking about with the ego of the artist and things like that. I feel like I developed an ego after a while. Not like a super toxic way, I think, you know, around, but it's just like enough to, when I look back and reflect on things, I kind of got a little too confident, a little too in my head, a little too flashy and work, you know.
And it's complex.
And it's like...
I see what you mean, though.
That stuff kind of seems silly now, and a lot of it's also, you know, I don't know what I'm doing every day. I'm just kind of living in the moment, you know. And I've been through a lot in my personal life, so all that kind of goes hand in hand. So, but now it's like, because I feel like TV Land, I had to do something where I was like, okay, I want to do something that is strictly by the book of just self-discovery again, because maybe I got too close to the sun for a little bit, and I feel like I don't want to bring a lot of people around for me to crawl back out and get back on the right track where I need to go.
Right.
Because I got a lot of people involved with a lot of things, and made a lot of like conversations happen that was going to lead to things, you know, and stuff like that. So now it's like, you know what? For me, I need to do this by myself. Like, how did I make my first film? I just shot it by myself and did all this stuff by myself and figured these things out in real time, you know? And it was like, I just kind of want to do that again. But now I know some knowledge. I know some skills. I know some technical abilities. I know some editing. I know this. I know that. So let's see what that looks like now. And I'm not looking for a technical achievement. I'm not looking for a masterpiece. I'm looking for something that I can create originally super ambitiously.
That's the best way to be.
You know? And
just make something
original.
I think
for me it's a healing process. I really do.
Cathartic.
I feel like I'm just like coming back down on a self-discovery train where I'm just like, yeah, I want to shed all this, you know, other stuff that got me to a point where I felt like I needed to kind of walk away from stuff, you know.
Yeah,
like
dude.
I've been very quiet as far as a lot of stuff goes.
It gets you reclusive after a certain point in the journey, because like you were saying, I think there's a point where it's like there's necessary ego, then there's like a point where it's like, I don't know if all that was necessary. It's very complex, and I think you almost have to kind of go through the motions to figure that stuff out. But I think there's always a point in the artist journey where you almost want to simplify all the complicated emotions that are inevitably going to be part of it, you know. And I think a lot of that is just kind of reaching for that simplicity, you know. Just like, well, I'm like always like preserving the dream, but being able to kind of move on to on a day-to-day life, be down to earth and your daily task, and which I know you have a lot of those responsibilities as a father. You work gig and all that.
And all that stuff comes first at the end of the day. You know? It's like at the end of the day, my personal life, my family, my son, everything, my responsibilities come first, and the creative stuff comes secondly. But that second part of you always lives in you, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, where do you take this, and how do you feel?
Yeah, because it's like it can maddeningly possess you when you're in the moment of it, and it's like, dude, I think it is complex and tough to shut that off and just kind of go about things day-to-day life and not almost feel like frustrated that maybe like you haven't achieved your goal exactly with your art.
Absolutely,
it doesn't feel fulfilling, right? In a sense,
it gets and that's what I've had to learn how to like calm down, you know, a lot, because I used to be like that, and I still get like that, you know. I get frustrated, especially if I want to do something. I've got such a drive for something in the day, and then like it just doesn't go my way, it doesn't happen, you know, things like that. I get like very frustrated and very upset and things like that. But it's just about just trying to understand that it all just comes. You have to have that good balance, you know, and things happen when they happen, and do what you can do, you know.
That's it right there.
Well, so that's our real dose of life going on at the moment. But you know, I'm happy to be here, man. And we put on, forgot to mention in the beginning here, but we're watching the Florida Project, which I think is on pause right now. I was just noticing, I was like, that car hasn't moved in a while.
That's not.
Let's
there
get
that
go.
going.
Okay,
1 minute here.
Uh-oh. Might be lagging, but we're watching the Florida Project, and I haven't seen it since the one time I've seen it, but I do enjoy this movie quite a bit.
It's one of my all-time favorite movies, man. I really love this movie dearly. Its influence. It's just what we were just talking about, how it's very like kind of got a very like whimsical kind of perspective on just kind of like dark world building, but like you kind of get the childlike perspective on things, and it's really organic the way this all paces out.
Yeah, and it's just very inviting, like you said.
It's very inviting. Yeah, It's just all down. The Sean Baker's directing, like, and all the characters in this. There's a lot of great characters.
It's very vibrant colors.
Very vibrant color schemes.
Yeah, looks like it's not loading. That's all right. Well, hopefully, we'll get that up. But yeah, Florida Project. Sean Baker did that. He made Anora too.
Yeah, he did Anora as well.
I didn't see that.
I recommend it. Anora's amazing.
Yeah, Wendy really wanted to watch it.
That was one of my favorites of last. That was from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
that was an absolutely perfect movie.
That swept the what was it Oscars?
Yep. Yeah, I got Best Picture in everything.
Or Golden. Okay, yeah. Couldn't remember if it was Oscars or Golden Globes.
I know Oscars. I don't remember the Golden.
I think it was Oscars.
Golden Globes much.
Yeah,
but yeah, Oscars definitely.
Yeah, there he is, our man, Willem Dafoe.
He's one of the best of all time.
He looks so cool too. Yeah, he reminds in this movie particularly. He reminds me of an old friend I had back home, and they just kind of had the same posture and look and stuff like that. But I always liked how he was in this movie. I just think he's perfect in this movie.
Very down-to-earth, heroic sort of character. Yeah. Just because you could tell he sincerely cares about all the tenants. He really looks out for everyone. He's got everyone's back, but he's kind of got like this, almost like a tough way about him.
Yes, exactly.
It's just a really great balance.
He can come off pretty grumpy, you know.
Yeah, he can look grumpy, but he's really protective all the same.
Yeah.
Just really complex, and like you say with a lot of things, it's like maybe going about things that you really care about passionately, but it's like sometimes it's really tough to you have to go about the grind of the day too. You know, it's like and characters like this are just really
grind
inspiring.
of the day. That's right, man. You know, I still gotta get up and do the things and get so I can properly exist. You know,
yeah,
so
dude.
I can do those creative things. That's how reality is until something else happens.
Exactly.
But for right now, we're in the trenches. You know, so. Yeah, man. It's been good getting back on the routine of things, but I was kind of running into some issues this week with just pacing. You know, life happens again, and all that stuff where it just kind of starts getting to a point where I'm like, I have just no time to even tap into a movie, anything like something, or, you know, just like Monday, I had a flat tire after work.
God damn.
You know, and that fucking that ruins your day. That just I was having a good day too. And good start.
Man, car troubles are issues are the worst. Yeah, that's a real dilemma.
So
it does kill the pacing.
Derailed things, and then you know, my body crashed. I literally after kiddo went to bed, I just totally crashed. Like my whole body just literally I went to bed. You know, and then had another night where couldn't sleep. You know, it's just like it's just a lot of things where, anyways, you know, we're getting to today, and I'm like, well, I wish I had like a ton of stuff I've done to talk about today, but I watched like 2 movies that are, well, I guess they can be fun conversations about because you know, they're kind of just like, I don't know where I'm at with movies right now. I haven't not had a strong February so far. We're already nearly halfway through the month, but haven't gotten to play some games. I haven't been listening to music a little bit, and just kind of going through life. But this weekend I should have some time, which is exciting. So
that's what's up.
We'll see. But yeah, so what are some things? I know you mentioned earlier that you watched something that you said you were going to watch.
Yep, Man of Steel.
You want to jump into that one?
Yeah, let's get into Man of Steel first.
Man of Steel.
So I'm almost finished with it. I pretty much remember all of it now that I'm into it. It's like a totally different movie this time around. I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters in 2013. It is way better now because it's just it's just a great origin story.
Yeah.
Actually, the pacing reminds me so much of Batman Begins. I'm like, this kind of feels like a Superman version of it. Maybe the James Gunn version just made me appreciate the hero on a whole new level. But there's nothing wrong with the movie, and I think the cast is amazing. It's probably my favorite cast of any Superman movie. Honestly, like it
feels very grounded in a sense, like as if Superman existed in our world, you know.
It does feel very much like that. Yeah, there's a real ground about it. I thought Snyder just, man, the atmosphere he conveys is perfect.
It's a beautiful movie.
It's beautiful.
It's beautifully shot. It looks so good. Henry Cavill, like, especially just like when you see him in the suit and some of those shots and the music, and you're just like,
dude, it's amazing.
God, that is Superman. That is like
he really
art.
Nails that.
That is just like really great. But the story is very like you said, it feels a totally like different movie than from when I seen it for the first time. Because at first, like I saw it in theaters, and I think I watched it one more time on Blu-ray or DVD or something, and haven't really seen it in a long time till a few years ago. But that viewing really changed my opinion on the whole movie and the character itself. And
there's something about that. It's subtle.
One thing about both Superman movies, between James Gunn and Zack Snyder's, is that I think they're both equally a 5 out of 5 masterpiece in their own ways. Just like it just depends on like what Superman movie I'm in the mood for.
Right.
Like,
they're different shades.
Because if I'm looking for a super fun, hopeful feeling, like good pacing kind of stuff, you know, like I'm probably gonna go James Gunn, you know. But if I'm looking for something, I just want to like take in cinema. I want to take in art. I want to take in like a great like kind of down to earth approach to, you know, it's like, I mean, Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill, I think nails it. I think they're both really great in their own way. But they're totally opposites.
And that's the thing. Yeah, they are very different. Yeah, I think Man of Steel has a bit of a darker tone about it.
Oh,
it's a lot darker. Yeah. And I think maybe just I really appreciate getting Superman on such a dark level because I think, you know, James Gunn movies made the light side of Superman more appealing than ever. But I think part of me almost just wants to see the darker, grittier shades. And I'm like, wow, he kind of feels more complex like Batman. Well, I like how Batman feels.
Well, Man of Steel feels like you said, like the Dark Knight kind of vibe. Like Batman Begins, Dark Knight, like all of Nolan's stuff kind of feels like there's a tone there.
Yeah,
with Snyder. And I think he helped produce Man of
Steel.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, you can really tell. Mm-hmm. It really feels like Nolan's blueprints all over.
So
it's
that's why
very similar to a Nolan movie.
Exactly. So it's just like, wow, I love that darker shade.
I love that. I like anything that's going to go for that Nolan tone. I'm like, well, I love that. You know. So I think that again, it's just like the way it's paced out with. You know, like a lot of it's just character building, a lot of it's origin story, kind of in the first part. You know, like Russell Crowe in there. I love Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah.
He's really been amazing.
I forgot he was in that. Too.
Yeah, I did too. I forgot like about all these actors. Like Russell Crowe and Michael Shannon as General Zod is insanely good. He's so chaotic.
Yeah, he is.
He really brings the chaos.
He's dark too. He's like. Yeah, he's so angry.
He is dark, and that's what I love about the pacing. It's like the origin story, and then it's like I think what would always maybe challenge me the first time. It's like pretty much the last hour or so. It's just kind of a nonstop action, but I love it for that. Now I totally changed my mind on how awesome it is. I'm like, well, that's just some great cinema. That's how you pace it. You know,
there's a lot of high stakes and fun going on in there, but it's like chaotic, like oh shit, they're just like devastating a city. It's like they're really doing some damage here.
Yeah, their damage is intense. I know. I'm just kind of appreciating the spectacle of just like what ended up making that like world building happen. What the city just breaking it down like that.
Yeah,
that would be insane to make something like that. I mean that's just it's really unpredictable. I really enjoy. I think the action is just.
So you haven't finished the last little bit.
I just have a little bit to go.
Yeah, so I guess you have to finish the fight.
Yeah, they're kind of just in the battle.
Oh, okay.
But I remember how it goes.
It's
just pretty much a big final battle. They're like kind of in the shadows in the dark in this last bit.
Yeah, well,
visually.
So I just think the way he portrays Superman and what his decisions that he makes, and that is just like it's very much more, like you said, darker and just different than what you normally see with Superman. So,
very much so. It's a fresh take, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And then a few more I had to mention is Amy Adams. I totally forgot Amy Adams is in this too. As he's phenomenal. Lawrence Fishburne, Kevin Costner. Mm-hmm. Kevin Costner was like the dad and all this. Like that's so cool.
Yeah,
I didn't remember
that scene that got me when or like he's so is like such a good dad to him. You know, like he's like trying to be like such a good like. Hopeful, inspirational father to him, just like telling like but like the one where I guess he gets sucked up in that tornado or whatever it was.
I love that scene.
Yeah,
that was really well. That's right. It was really dark.
But they have some great conversations, and but great cast.
Yeah, I like the screenplay too. I don't know. Maybe I love that. I like that way of writing. Maybe I'm way more in tune with that kind of writing now than I was at the time. Maybe this is the writing that's kind of needed some time to reveal itself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of character beats, and honestly, it's like an ensemble piece, like the way this one is. And I guess all Superman movies are, but this is a particularly good cast. I think that casting goes a long ways.
Yeah.
And I don't know, appreciate that stuff. Maybe it just needs some age to be fully appreciated.
That's where I was at, man. I think that viewing I had just really changed my whole like perspective on the movie. I'm like, oh wow, so that's another one I'm excited to go back and watch again.
Yeah, I just really love Superman all around. Like I actually do. Like I love a lot of the Superman stuff. Like we talked about previously, how it almost seems like is it too basic next to the complexities, but I think the right directors really brought out the best shades of Superman and made it universal.
Yeah,
it kind of made it where it's just all right. Like wow, this is kind of an amazing foundation that Superman has about him. It's kind of cool that we're in the golden age of Superman. Like I think we've gotten better Superman movies I think this century than last century. Even though there were some great ones there too with Christopher Reeves. I grew up loving the first and second one a lot. Equally, actually, those were both quite great movies. Like maybe they're technically a little dated next to what we've gotten now.
I've only seen the first one. I think I'm sure I've seen like at least 2 on TV when I was younger.
Man of Steel seems definitively better, I think, is what I'm noticing now.
But I remember seeing I watched the first one probably in like that 2020 range or 2021 range. I was home and just wanted to check it out because I was like, well, what is this? But it was very outdated for me.
It was
dated. Very hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much if I didn't grow up on it. I grew up on that as a childhood staple. But
and I know a lot of people
kind of tough.
do love that movie. And Christopher Reeves, but like
I feel like the pacing's actually a little off in it too.
Yeah,
in a way. It's actually kind of maybe a little too slow burner, but without maybe a reason to be. I think Man of Steel and the new one, James Gunn, kind of warrants that a lot more.
Well, I mean, like modern cinema, I mean, it's definitely a lot better, these days. Like you said, the golden age, but
the golden age, dude.
But yeah, I'm glad you watched it. That's cool. Yeah, Man of Steel. That's
I love it, dude. It's really hit me big time. Yeah, I know it's a little surreal how that happens. I think at the time, when you first see something like that, it's like I don't know, but then you should watch it again. It's like, all right, I guess it just all the dots just kind of click on a repeated viewing. And I even made me go back and reassess some clips from Superman Returns. I was like, I do love that movie. The one with Bryan Singer directed. I love that movie too.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. Yeah, so you went back and watch some clips.
Just clips. I need to go back and watch all of it. Yeah, I was like, when I see him, I think I love this movie. Yeah, cool. I think I remember it well enough. I used to watch it a lot growing up, so I think I feel pretty connected with that one. I love that about. Yeah, maybe Man of Steel's a little better, but I think I almost enjoy it nearly as much.
Yeah. I mean, that's where that's a good thing about having multiple movies. There's so
many different shades of Superman. Superman Returns also seems like a lighter shade, while like you said, Man of Steel just is a darker, kind of a darker tone, which is just.
Well, that's the thing. I think that's the polarizing effect on what people think. With Superman and the movies, it's like, well, Superman's supposed to be very light. He's supposed to be very honest and good. All American superhero, and it's like Man of Steel. His big criticism with Snyder films is like it's always too dark and gloomy and just it's all these crazy, specific kind of looking shots and things like that. But that's kind of filmmaker he is. He really brings out like a heavier shade of, a character.
He goes heavy,
And Man of Steel is like, okay, well, what if he was dark? What if it was a darker tone?
Gloomy. He just gets gloomy with it.
That's what I like about, He
makes a cinematic perfection. Man, I love us more than ever. And I think Snyder's probably my favorite Snyder film at this rate. I'll probably have to go back and rewatch Watchmen now. But I think maybe I just appreciate Snyder on a new level now.
Yeah, I feel like between the two, I think Watchmen for me would still be the big one. But probably just because it's even more complex, I think, than
I'm sure I'd say that once I rewatch it again.
Yeah, and the complex, if you catch it right, man, I think those are some of the movies that really stand out.
They are.
They have a complex, awesome, well done.
Yeah, Snyder makes them complex. I think that's the thing. I think he was ahead of his time in a lot of ways. Because I think they were kind of polarized about it. It's like now it's like, well, I don't know what's not to love. That's all I could think.
He made a zombie movie in just a few years ago. I think it's called Army of the Dead or something like that. It was a Netflix original. It's pretty fun. It's pretty good. It's like in a zombie apocalypse, but they send out this rogue squad and go in Vegas and try to unlock or try to steal the safe that has all this treasure. Yeah, that's it.
I want to see that.
It's really fun.
That looks amazing.
Dave Bautista is in it, and can't remember who else is in there. But
I don't recognize it.
It's pretty well done. It's pretty fun, and imagery is really great in it. So that came out a few years ago, and I thought that was really cool. So,
dude.
But I need to look at all of his catalog. I know 300.
I need to rewatch that one. I don't
too.
remember my feelings. I don't know how I feel about it at the moment. I think I sincerely need to rewatch.
I think it's one of those things. I liked it a lot growing up, but I think I watched it too many times, so I kind of got burnt out on it.
It burnt out. Yeah, I think I went through the same thing. I had a phase where I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." Then, I didn't really think about it ever since. So sometimes those movies are like, "Well, it's actually going to have to be a question mark until I go back." To it.
Me too.
There's a lot of movies from the 2000s though that I'm like, well, I kind of trust a lot of these. I had a question mark. Generally, kind of reveal themselves now.
Yeah,
it's like, wow, it kind of aged better. Another one's like randomly. I haven't rewatched it in a long time. But thinking about films like The Matrix and V for Vendetta, it's like, well, I kind of love those movies.
Oh yeah. So I need to rewatch V for Vendetta. I haven't seen that since in a long, long time.
It's a very punk, punk aesthetic about it. It's very. I think I appreciate the punk value in it an awful lot.
I want to check that one out.
Great atmosphere.
But
dystopian.
I did watch. What was the other one you just said?
Matrix.
Matrix. Yeah, I watched the trilogy for the first time, all around the same time. When I watched Man of Steel, Lord of the Rings, all those stuff, and this is when I was home with Augie when he was like baby. So I was just home for 2 months, and I was watching a lot of movies, and I've always owned the Matrix trilogy on Blu-ray for 10 years, and I was like, it's time to watch it because I've seen the first one, but it's been since I was a kid, and it was I didn't really get it.
Exactly what happened to me.
It was really hard for me to understand.
It always went over my head.
It looked cool. I thought I understood it, but at the same time, I was like, what is the Matrix really about? How does it, So I watched it. The first one is pretty awesome.
It's pretty
great.
amazing. It's great.
I mean, it's ahead of its time in a way. It's amazing.
I see a lot of Inception.
Thoroughly enjoy it. I would watch that movie again.
Me too. Yeah, it's very rewatchable.
Very rewatchable. And
great
it's
action,
like,
great
it's
science
so,
fiction, philosophical.
So original, too, in its own way. Like, I don't know. It's
a lot of philosophy that Truman Show is exploring, but kind of takes the Truman Show foundation to kind of action science fiction.
Yeah.
It's like, that's really
it's dark,
cool.
man. Like, and it's awesome. And so it's a great film.
Genuinely mind-bending.
The second one
I don't remember the sequels at all.
Whoa, man. So I was excited to check out the sequel. And, like, the second one, it starts off, like it's okay. It does a good job, like, of kind of continuing that the first one was. And there's, like, maybe 3 or 4 really good, like, action scenes and stuff like that that's going on. But by the end of it, it just kind of starts feeling like, okay, well, everything starts kind of really getting confusing a little bit. There's, like, a lot of, like, different world and things, reality and not reality, but it is reality kind of going on, you know? And it's like, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around. And it's not also, it's kind of feels a little the pacing and drying off. It starts getting filled and dry, you know, by the end of it. And I'll tell you, man, the third one, I just had no idea. Like, I mean, like, I was getting it, but at the same time, it was just like, it was so different, and it was like really awful to me. Like, I didn't care for it. I can see why or what they were going for, and some parts, you know, are interesting, especially story wise.
Like pacing issues,
but it's just like I did not really care for the third one. But then they were making that fourth one that came out a few years ago, and that was bad too. That was a stinker, man.
That's too bad.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, you wanted to make a sequel because Keanu Reeves grew his hair out now. You were making him look like he's John Wick in there. Yeah, I mean, like he's had the same haircut for, like, you know, the last 10, 15, 20 years, something like that. But
I think it's just one of those notes you can only hit once and really do it perfect.
Yeah,
once.
I just like, guys, just stop trying. Just stop. I don't want any more. I don't need any more. The first one, maybe the second one's okay, but I don't even need any of the sequels. I just want the first one.
I've skimmed around like clips of the sequels, and I've never been able to sit still and watch all of them.
It's a chore, man. They're long too, so it's just like,
I think unnecessary sequels are particularly challenging.
Yeah,
it's like Godfather Part 3 gets me like that too, where it's like, this is just tough to watch.
It's challenging.
It's like, it doesn't really add anything.
But it's like, you want to, especially if you haven't seen it, it's like you want to know, like, you want to watch it so you know what it's like.
Yeah.
You know? But that's kind of, I guess that's a good point, because, you know, it goes into the idea of like, well, I want to watch it because it's a movie, and like, well, there's something going on there with someone who made a movie, and it's just like, and that these days we're kind of just like, what else, you know, whatever. I want to give it something a chance, you know, things like that. Like, I want to watch a movie, so. Even if it doesn't land, it's like, well, at least you know.
Yeah.
But
it's nice to have a curiosity satisfied.
Yeah. So, Matrix is an interesting one.
It's a very interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting movie. I think a lot of what drives it is Keanu Reeves in general. I think just being a huge fan of him, and like his charisma is particularly original and great.
Have you seen the John Wick movies?
I've only seen the third and fourth one, strangely enough. I know, and I saw the first one for the first time recently. I only need to see the second one still. I love all of them, dude. Okay. They're all great action movies.
I've seen the first one, and I remember loving it. I think I saw the second one. I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good. I haven't seen 3 or 4, but I want to just rewatch them all again.
I think they're all great. I want to go back and rewatch them all too and take them all in more, because I think they all keep holding up better with age for me. I'm like, well, that's a particularly great action hero. I think Keanu Reeves is, and I think it might be his best action right next to the Matrix. Honestly, like I think the fourth one's what particularly lands for me as like a favorite.
I heard they just get better and better and better.
They do get better. Yeah, it's like the action gets better. It's like, I mean, it's like a lot of like, I mean, it seems like a lot of like martial arts kind of infused. Like, it's just really original and really groundbreaking the way it's all portrayed.
Right.
Entertaining. I think those movies are extraordinarily entertaining. And also kind of got me curious about, who would you say is your favorite modern era actor? Just on a side quest, kind of.
I don't know, man. It's kind of tough to say.
I know it's a really intimidating, tough question.
It
but
is
I think
intimidating, tough.
I've been thinking. I think I got my answer now. But
I would say one of them definitely would be Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal's up there, dude.
Yeah,
he's one of the best.
I mean, like, if I just had to like randomly kind of select someone off the top of my head, he's definitely one of them. I thoroughly enjoy his presence, and he's a phenomenal ranged actor. You know,
he brings it all, dude.
I feel kind of comforting when I see him.
He's got a comforting presence about him. Like, he takes on a lot of psychological, complex kind of roles and characters. But there is a comfort about it. He feels just very like he just feels like a resonating kind of person. Like there's something about him that's original.
Like it, yeah. So I don't know. Who would you pick?
I was gonna say, I think my answer now would have to be Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm quite obsessed with him and just his whole arc in general. I think there's just, it's like, wow, that's mighty insane just to go from, like, in the 90s. It's like he was mostly known for like the Titanic star, like, and like all these things he does. He was a child actor, like stuff too, like This Boy's Life, like like Basketball Diaries, very intense performances for a child actor such as him. And then he got big with Titanic. And then the 2000s happened. He started working with Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg, and it's just like, dude, I don't know, man. It's like the creativity just went off the charts. And from the 2000s, 2010s into this decade, it's like he's better than ever. Just looking at Killers of the Flower Moon and one battle after another, it's like, man, damn, what an evolution he's been on, man. He's been on a journey, dude.
Yeah,
like,
he really
Inception,
is.
Wolf of Wall Street, like Danger Unchained. Like he's worked with all the best directors of the modern eras.
Yeah, I'd say he's definitely just one of those legacy actors. You know,
he's a legend.
Legend, like you said.
I mean, he's a fan of Robert De Niro, and I'm like, dude, the kid DiCaprio just looks every bit as cool, man.
I wonder if he'll go as long as like De Niro and stuff. That
I bet he will. Yeah, and he's selective with his roles. He's always been selective. It's like I just when I look back, it's like, wow, I can only think of one dud I've ever seen him in. That was J. Edgar, which is Clint Eastwood directed. That was just a pretty boring biopic.
Okay.
But everything else he's been in, it's like, wow, he's been in masterpiece after masterpiece. Shutter Island is another.
I was just thinking of Shutter Island. Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
Man.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can's a favorite. That's amazing, dude. Gangs of New York, the
Titanic.
Titanic's a great one. Yeah, I love Titanic.
It just goes on and on and on, dude.
Yeah, The Aviator, Departed. I mean, we got a lot of complexity with The Departed. Like, jeez, that's an insane filmography, dude.
Have you seen Romeo and Juliet?
I've not seen that one.
I haven't seen that one.
I've really not gotten into any Baz Luhrmann that I've seen. That's a director I probably should explore just to kind of have a thought. But the only thing I've seen by him is I've seen clips of Moulin Rouge. The only one I've really seen is the Great Gatsby remake he had. Which
how was that?
It's okay.
He's in that too.
Yeah. I think he's by far the best part of it. Him and Tobey Maguire were quite great in it.
I forgot Tobey Maguire's. They hang out all the time, dude. Like I see on like the news, like a paparazzi, like TMZ
like close
or whatever.
friends.
They're out hanging, partying all the time. They're all like, drinking together and hanging. Like they were just at Ice-T, I think, or Ice Cube's like Super Bowl party. He was like performing. And Tobey Maguire's like sitting there with a drink in his hand, like cheering him on. Leonardo's in the back dancing, dude. It's like what the.
That's so. It seems right. I could kind of strangely sense that too.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's so cool. Tobey Maguire, and I've heard of his personality and his influence. He actually reminds me a lot of a younger Robert De Niro, like in the way he's in the Spider-Man movies, especially. Like I really love Tobey Maguire's influence too. I can see him and DiCaprio being close friends.
That's cool.
In a sense.
Yeah.
Dude, just DiCaprio's legacy. I didn't like The Revenant's another one. There's more and more. Just, like, they're all
I found that at the thrift store for $1, and I picked it up. I haven't watched it yet, but it's in my collection.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, so just kind of reflected on all that.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Man. I'm just always going through marathoning. Like I've lately, I kind of queued up a bunch of like DiCaprio movies in general. It's like these are just all perfect. And Inception's another one. I can't get over Inception.
Yeah.
I rewatched that one recently, and I'm like, man, every single time I rewatch it, that's just one of my all-time favorite Nolan projects all around. Another one I wanted to get into is I had a rewatch of Hard 8, which is Paul Thomas Anderson's first film. I know we've talked about it a little bit before. Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it.
Recommend that one big time. That's an original moment. It's a lot shorter and a lot more like of a quick pace kind of movie than anything else he's made, but it's great. Like I think the actors John C. Reilly's particularly great in this one, as well as Philip Baker Hall. Basically, just kind of picks him up and just recruits him just as a fatherly figure, kind of into this casino scenario. He ends up meeting like Gwyneth Paltrow, is really offbeat character. Samuel Jackson's really original in all this movie too. But it's a great crime movie. It feels very. You can feel like Paul Thomas Anderson got his original voice down right away, like kind of taking a lot of that Martin Scorsese influence, but he really made that movie his own. I love the energy of it very much. I really would recommend checking it out. It's like a great heist movie.
Yeah. I want to check that out,
dude. It's really, really, really good.
I think Kaiser said that was his favorite PTA film.
Dude, that's a great choice, man. Because it's different. It's just like it's almost like it's less epic in scope than anything else he made. But man, he gets this really cool tone down. It's like kind of his big, very desert. Like a lot of the shots, honestly, remind me a lot of the Gifted Original Sin. We're out in the desert. Like actually, like there's a lot of desert shots in the film, and like kind of like exploring like themes of loneliness and maybe just like what's this guy looking for kind of thing is very much a question mark that's hovering over it the whole film, and a lot of the similar soundtrack choices that Boogie Nights goes on to have also. So it's a pretty different movie though. Otherwise, you can hardly tell it's the same director. I think it's very very good. I really recommend checking it out. I want
to check it out. Yeah,
absolutely. Then another director I've been really reminiscing on lately is a big influence is Werner Herzog. Have you seen anything by him?
I know the name.
Yeah, he's a great one. He's a German director. He just made a bunch of insane movies ranging from the 70s all the way to now. He's very documentary based. He mostly makes documentaries, but he's made a few feature-length films. He's worked with, I think, an actor who's considered the most insane actor of all time. His name is Klaus Kinski. Like, genuinely a psychopath, like of the highest order. And I think Herzog is a lot like a very humanitarian, humanist kind of person, just wanting to explore it. And he just explores raw psychopathy with his movies in a way. The one I particularly rewatched recently was Aguilar, The Wrath of God. That was weird. It's a weird movie, dude. It's like an indie take on the Apocalypse Now formula, but it's like I don't know. It's kind of more rewatchable in a way. It's just all set out in the jungle, out in the 15th century, just going down the Amazon River, just going on a doomed mission, basically. Like they're getting hundreds of people recruited, and you just have this crazy guy played by Klaus Kinski, who's like the leader. He's like kind of just going mad with power, basically, on this whole river journey, just leading characters just to just ultimate doom. Basically, he gets himself just totally fucked. Basically. Yeah, it is the weirdest movie.
Sucks. Yeah.
It sucks. It basically sucks. Yeah, the atmosphere feels like really bad in a way. I don't know. It's kind of addicting to rewatch it.
Oh wow!
I really recommend checking that out. Yeah, just for how chaotic it is.
What year did that come out?
1972.
Oh wow!
It's pretty much entirely set around a river. Yeah, just getting stranded in the middle of a jungle. Just it's like the ickiest feeling possible. And just watching this guy just kind of grossly just have an ego trip basically. It just feels awful in a way.
Oh no,
it feels off, but it's also just too impossible to look away from because it's too fascinating. And that's how Herzog sees things. It's like the worst shit that's just too fascinating to turn away from. It's like, what do you do about that? I think he has a perfectly humanist kind of way of kind of a superhuman way of looking at life and things. Because Herzog himself is a legend. Like there was a story like he apparently got like shot in the arm on a set once, and he wanted to just keep filming. He didn't want to get checked out. Like he's kind of a genuine badass. He's rescued Nicolas Cage from after a car accident.
What?
Yeah, like he got in a car accident, and like he literally just kind of saved him, and then just ran off saying you didn't see me, kind of.
What
thing.
The fuck?
Insane.
He does that. That's crazy.
He does. He's like one of the most surreal men I've ever heard of.
Wow.
He's got a crazy filmography too, dude. I definitely recommend going through his list. He makes
documentary. That's not a documentary.
Not a documentary.
Yeah.
If that word, that'd be too much. That'd be too much. He's fascinated just by just weird characters, weird things. Basically.
What are some other movies that you like of his?
So I would say there's that, and then Fitzcarraldo is the other big one I would have to recommend.
Fitzcarraldo.
Yeah, he did that in the early '80s.
Is that the ship over the mountain?
Yep, literally. Yep.
I still need to watch that. I know you really, really like that.
Isn't that
movie.
a crazy one? I probably geeked about that one a lot, so I might. Yeah, but yeah, basically, yeah, it's just about. Klaus Kinski again, who's a lot more sympathetic in this case, but basically he's just a mad with ambition about how much he wants this opera house for this town. So he just recruits out of the Amazon jungle, just all the way.
He likes the jungle, huh?
Yeah, he loves the jungle. All his films are set in the jungle, man. He loves the mountains and jungles, and just basically recruits a ship just right in the middle of the mountains, just lifts it all the way up over a hill and just down to the river, like the most ambitious thing. And they pretty much did something similar to that in real life. So just seeing it executed, it's like this is crazy, dude. Yeah, that's next level crazy. But there's like an optimism the whole film has about just being never-endingly strong about pursuing your dreams. He's a big-time dreamer. I would describe Herzog as a true, genuine dreamer. Yeah, he'll do anything to get his. I feel like he's claimed he's been to hell many times and back to make his dreams happen, and I actually believe him.
Wow,
he really sincerely seems like he knows hell and back. Like just the way he goes about things, he stops. At
I gotta
nothing.
look into him.
I recommend it. He's a genuine dreamer kind of person, artist to look up to, man.
Okay,
he's a really admirable person. And
here's that scene.
This is
the
the best.
Yeah,
dude.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No. This is perfect.
Oh yeah.
He seems creepy right out. You can tell he's creepy, and the way Defoe handles it's really very realistic.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. Yeah, now he's just
like,
blowing at him.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man.
Oh, I love it.
Throws him out. It's perfect, dude. And I'd say another Herzog would be Enigma of Caspar Hauser. That's a weird movie from the early mid-'70s. Just basically discovering this guy who just literally had been in isolation for about the first 22 years of his life. Like just literally, he doesn't know anything but a cave basically, and then just literally throw him out in the real world.
Oh God.
It's like, whoa, this guy's all messed up and traumatized basically. Yeah. So it's very uncomfortable and kind of reminds you of a darker shade of how the film something like Forrest Gump kind of is, where it's ultimately you feel very sympathetic for him. But you're also kind of, oh damn, you feel sorry for the extent of how out of tune he is with reality in a sense.
Yeah.
So there's it's really complex, but it's fascinating. Yeah, Herzog's a good one to look into.
Yeah.
Man. And all the documentaries he makes are just really, he's particularly entertaining just because he goes for the chaos, the weirdness in the world, and it's just I
like that.
He looks at things with a sense of well, what do you make of that? It's like he just kind of has a big, overwhelming sense of curiosity about everything around him, and no matter how ambitious, no matter
is he still around?
Yep, he's still around.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he's still even making movies. He's made a ton of documentaries actually. Especially this decade. Yeah, there was one great one called The Fire Within. He just explores volcanoes, just gets close up, and literally just the dangerous places. Like
that guy's
he's fearless, dude.
Yeah, I gotta look at what this guy looks like.
Yeah, he looks he almost just looks like inhuman. He's just insane, man.
How do you spell his name?
It's Werner. I'll pull it up.
Warner. Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's otherworldly. He's it's just inhuman, man. His filmography is insane. He the way he directs, it's just it does remind me a lot of Stanley Kubrick's way, but kind of just a raw humanist kind of version of that. It's his own take on that kind of formula, but he has a similar way of just he's just fascinating. And then another favorite he did is called Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, which stars Nicolas Cage as a crazy, insane, just lunatic who's just addicted to many things, and he's just going insane just all throughout the movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
2.5 hour epic of just Cage going batshit crazy.
I love it.
It's so entertaining, and it's just simply that. It's not giving. It's like just perfectly executed.
Nice.
The way Herzog looks at it. It was kind of meant to be a loose sequel to that Harvey Keitel movie that was really challenging from the early 90s. But I was like, well, Herzog, this is the better movie. I realized in rewatching bits of it. Just because, just Cage is literally just off the rails, dude.
That's great.
He's literally got so many lines in it where he's at his most insane, and somehow it fits in perfectly with Herzog's vision. Cage, it reminds me a lot of Cage's manic energy. So that's a filmography to dive into. And there's still a lot more I need to go back and rewatch. Right, he also did a take on Nosferatu the Vampire back in the late 70s.
He did?
Dude, a great version.
Yeah?
I really appreciated it a lot more after having seen the Robert Eggers Nosferatu. It's kind of like a different atmosphere, but I would say equally gripping, equally epic in a sense. And Klaus Kinski's playing the vampire. I mean, he's really good at it in every sense of the word. And all the side characters, the atmosphere, the soundtrack of it feels very like haunting, but also just very much like the dramatic and fascinating too. It's original.
Right.
Yeah, the way
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, Werner Herzog. That's definitely one to look into for just. Yeah, I think he really gets the imagination running in a cool way. He's an original influence all around. I was also curious. Have you ever seen the movie Birth? Movie that looks like this poster.
No, I have not
Nicole
seen that.
Kidman. Yeah, this was released in the mid-2000s by this director Jonathan Glazer. I went back and rewatched it recently, and dude, it's amazing. It reminds me a lot of like a modern take on like a Rosemary's Baby kind of formula.
Oh yeah,
like a kind of like a mid-2000s take. You're just watching just Nicole Kidman just kind of have a bit of a mental breakdown basically the whole way through, and just kind of watching like you don't know who to trust, who not. It's very paranoid basically.
Okay.
But dude, it's rich in atmosphere, and I mean really rich, and it has a lot of like kind of subtle but very shocking kind of disturbing value to it as well. If you're looking just for a great thriller, I'd really recommend checking that out.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I really recommend that.
Yeah.
Rewatching that, I was like, wow, that was better than ever. Yeah, then ended up going down this other rabbit hole recently. I rewatched the movie Bronson. We talked about that.
Yeah, I know. I want to see it. We've talked about it before.
I figure we have. That's just chaotic as it gets.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy watching Tom Hardy, and probably one of his best performances. I mean, just a psychopath who loves being in prison. That's the
crazy.
That's the whole premise, and it's just really, really insane how it's executed. It may be like technically like it is a little bit over stylized, but I kind of love it because you're just really in his mind. I mean, his head is a hyper stylized place to be, and the movie just really is atmospheric at getting it close to him. Just raw psychopathy. It's very, very much.
Yeah, I remember years and years ago when it probably came out. Tyler saw it and he said he liked it, and told me just a little bit about it, but he was like, yeah, it's good. He was like, check it out. And then I remember you talked about it numerous times, so I know I need to watch it.
Yeah, dude, it's just it's extraordinary. Yeah, it's original how that movie lives on in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because I remember rewatching that like a few years ago. I got in The Drive by that director, and then I just went through his filmography. Bronson was another one that just stood out because I was a huge, I was obsessed with Clockwork Orange. I've been over all that. That was a film that was very, very influenced by that aesthetic value, which just really brought it to the 21st century.
Okay,
maybe the most successful of all movies I've seen. It's really incredible. It's just original showcase.
Yeah,
dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really recommend checking that out. And then I forget how much we talked about, but I rewatched the movie 50 First Dates. That's also one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, I mean, Sandler's always one of those we bring back in rotation. I think you mentioned you watched it. I think we watched it a few episodes ago at some point. But yeah, it's. What a great.
It's just perfect.
It's almost a perfect. Yeah, it is perfect.
It's a perfect comedy, but also just kind of gets into your heartstrings, but really successfully too. I think it kind of gets there just perfect. I feel like at the age and time.
Very heartful, very light but funny, really funny, and good pacing all around, good cast, and that's a perfect rom-com, funny Sandler film.
Yeah. Oh, it really is. Yeah, no, I absolutely love it from start to finish. Sandler's so funny. Drew Barrymore's great in it. Like the whole cast is phenomenal. Rob Schneider's so great in it. Yeah. Oh man, he's so funny, man. Yeah, he just pops up in all these moments.
And it feels like one of those
gags everywhere.
It's not supposed to be like just a slapstick comedy. It kind of has a dramatic shade to it, which is nice. It's like a really just dramatic enough to make it feel like there's more weight to this movie.
It makes you really care about all the characters. And Sandler's just particularly good at having dramatic shades. I think a lot of those comedies, it's like, I don't know, maybe now you can appreciate those elements more than ever now with age.
For sure.
The more Sandler does drama, it's like, well, I love it whenever Sandler movies get a little serious because they kind of get, a lot of them just, like that one just gets it just right,
Yeah. I think that and Click.
Click too, dude.
Does that really well.
They do that really well. Click's a big one, because it's downright hilarious the first hour. Then it's like, wow, it turns extremely dramatic in the final act. I mean, extreme. It's an extremely jarring kind of shift in tone.
Yeah, for sure.
It always seems surprising. Yeah, I love that one. And then another one is The Place Beyond the Pines.
So you brought this up the other day.
Yeah.
I was like Ryan Gosling.
It's a weird movie.
And I've seen it one time, and I didn't know what to make of it.
It is weird pacing, weird as it gets, and I kind of don't know because I think I instinctually felt like half of this is like a downright groundbreaking masterpiece, and then half of it I don't understand its purpose. Kind of, it feels like I think the Ryan Gosling scenes are particularly amazing. I think the first hour is just perfectly inviting. I can see where the second hour is kind of challenging because it kind of shifts to Bradley Cooper's perspective, who's this kind of troubled cop character, and maybe it'll leave you questioning, like, okay, like it feels like such a different momentum and pacing from the first hour that it's off. But now I kind of appreciate the poetic value of it because it's like, okay, you're kind of supposed to get like kind of like Ryan Gosling's side, and then now you're looking at a troubled cop, and then I think you have to kind of get away from all that to appreciate Ryan Gosling's son's arc from the final act, which is kind of explored as just kind of him getting mystified by his dad and kind of looking at his father as a mystical figure. I think the movie's very meaningful in that sense, just like maybe like what it is to mean something to someone in a lot of ways, maybe being a hero to somebody. I think that movie's kind of very philosophical about those kind of those themes.
Yeah, I need to watch it again. I remember
very curious.
I didn't, like you said, that second half really lost
weird.
me. I didn't really understand it by the end of it. I was just kind of just thrown off by the whole thing.
So like it's technically pretty like flawed in the pacing, but I think I kind of love it. There's a humanist value I think that really connected with me personally about it. I don't know, actually, it kind of gets me 100% nostalgic, and maybe just like I don't know, almost gets to the basic of just like I don't know, like just wanting to mean something to the people in a certain way.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out. Who directed it?
Derek Cianfrance.
Oh, okay.
He also did Blue Valentine.
No, I need to see that one.
Yeah,
too.
it was a pretty great one. I need to rewatch that. It's been a while. I really loved it from what I remember though. He pretty much only did those two. I think those are the only two big standouts. But dude, those are both great. Yeah, particularly Place on the Pines. But I think those are both worth checking out. About equally, because Blue Valentine's also Ryan Gosling. That's just a really dark love story in every sense of the word. It's a great one.
I'm trying to remember what happens here in this scene. That the cops are there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this gets intense.
I haven't seen this in a long time, so I was just trying to remember what was going
it's
on.
an intense. I think what I love about Florida Project is it's particularly well paced. It's always intense. You can hop in at any moment, and somehow it always feels kind of intense. Like it feels like there's something off about it. Yeah. In that case, the other people were just getting suspicious about it, but
the colors are so good in this.
The color schemes, it's so inviting the way this is told. There's always an energy about it. It's always emotion. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, those are some great stuff there.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Man.
I have to go back and try to check those out.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, I only watched 2 films. I didn't even finish the second one. I started last night. But the first one is one of those bad movies that are kind of fun to watch. It's just Anaconda.
Oh man, yeah,
from the 90s.
What's your take on all that?
Exactly. I think it's cheeky. It's a little cheesy, and the CGI is really bad. And it's got entertainment value to it. But it doesn't hold very long. I think it kind of goes on in and out a little bit. But for what it is too, especially in the 90s, it's a fun. Like you should watch Anaconda.
I do want to see it.
Check it out. Yeah,
it seems like it'd be a fun movie if anything.
Yeah, like if you haven't seen Anaconda at all, like for the first time, just watch it for what it is. It's fun because you got Ice Cube in it. You got and then you've got what's her name, Jennifer Lopez in it, and it's just like
very 90s.
Yeah, you've got one more. You got the villain guy in it. I think he's like the only movie I can think of that he might be in is Holes.
John Voight.
Yeah,
John Voight. Yeah, dude, John Voight's a great one, man.
Yeah, he's in it.
Awesome.
And he's good in it.
I was in from movie Midnight Cowboy. It was particularly how I knew
Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah, but in Holes too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, I can't think of anything but Holes. I know he's like the warden or whatever. Yeah. But they're all in it, and it's what I liked about it was like they're like a film crew going out to the jungle, and they're just trying to go and like they're trying to go like film a documentary about this like lost tribe or something like that. But of course, John Voight like takes the boat. He like comes off as like he needs help or something, and then he gets on the boat. He quickly takes over the whole fucking boat essentially, and he's just awesome. Like, "We're gonna go down another route," and they're like, "No," and he's like, "Well, too damn bad," basically. And he like goes down the route to find the anaconda essentially, and. It's like the Anaconda's mean, man. It fucks them all up and shit, dude. It's it's fun in that sense, But
yeah, I like that formula a lot. It reminds me a little bit of like the King Kong kind of like flow a little bit, just like kind of like literally filmmakers going to Iowa and just getting into all kinds of trouble, basically. Yeah, that's cool, man.
I do like that kind of plot.
I do too. I do too a lot. And I know we already geeked about Peter Jackson and Lord of the Rings and stuff, but I was just thinking about like the King Kong remake. I forgot if
we talked about that one. Not too long ago on one of these episodes. But yeah, it's a great movie. I've been wanting to rewatch it since we talked about it.
Dude, I know that's a great one. Yeah, that's one that really hits the imagination. I love Jack Black. Yeah, we talked about all that already.
Yeah.
I actually remember now. But yeah, that's just simply a great movie all around. And I forgot if we talked about the movie Birdman much.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. Maybe on the Strange Notes pod before this.
I'm sure we had somewhere.
But yeah, it's a great movie.
That's a great movie.
I need to rewatch it again. I was like trying to rewatch it not too long ago, but I didn't get to really get going in it. I guess I just kind of turned it on, then I quickly had to turn it off. But I do want to watch that one again.
It's experimental.
It felt groundbreaking to me in an experimental way.
It is very groundbreaking. I think it just reveals itself as better with age. It's like just to pull that off with one take and just kind of get it all right. It's pretty ambitious.
But it's not really all one take. I mean, it feels like
it feels that way. Yeah, it's not exactly, but it feels that way. And I think the way that is achieved is really cool.
Oh yeah,
there's just so many characters it juggles. I mean, there's so much it juggles and all that.
I always wanted to do
kind of feels claustrophobic.
Kind of look of a movie,
dude. That would be really cool because I think it's really cool. Like it kind of goes with that like day in the life kind of flow. I really love that a lot. Reminds me of a book I read recently, Ulysses by James Joyce. I was like, it felt very like it's like this ambitious like 700-page book, but it's all just kind of set in one day. I think somehow I find that very simple to get into because it's like, well, just get into the character's mind and just kind of let your imagination run wild. And I love it whenever you get the mystification of just characters like where you know so much about them from spending a little time with them. Basically,
right?
It's just the shades that are presented. It's like, well, you kind of know everything about them through one day in their life. Basically, Pulp Fiction has that element too. Like Days of Confused, a lot of movies have that. And I just particularly love that formula an awful lot.
Yeah. I like spending more time with the characters now these days.
Yeah. I like that
one specific character to see, and because really it's them. You know, whatever the purpose of the plot of the movie is, like going through it with their perspective is very interesting. You know?
It is, yeah. I like to get in the character's head because that's kind of I think what I kind of realize. It's like watching a lot of movies. I think I've always. Maybe a lot of what gravitates me is like I don't always. I think now I love plots a lot more, but I think I used to always be like I kind of just want to like get deep into the character's head. But I think now it's like I appreciate plot more nowadays. But all the same, I kind of love just the aimless wondering of just like kind of getting into you're just following a character, just getting to the heart of soul of and maybe feeling disturbingly close up on characters. Like I love that feeling a lot, and movies are particularly great at getting it close up. In every sense of the word, they can be really like characters can just really disturb you. Like I guess a lot of that's the Scorsese influence kind of talking too. It's just like it's just all about the rawness, the energy you get when you're just around a character all the time. A day in the life of a character.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, that's a great way to go about it these days. I mean, TV Land is. I feel like TV Land that's a little bit like that. You're just like going with not a day full. Actually, it is.
It kind of is. It
takes place in a day, really.
Yeah, it's like you kind of just get to know everything about this person in a day. Yeah. It's like like set it up to where you get totally fascinated.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's just beyond a day. It's just anything that's set in a short time span. Like I think it's like a week span. Like
that's cool.
But it's like you get to know everything.
I keep watching these scenes. I
know.
I haven't seen this.
And I'm the same. I've seen it a bit. It's like even getting into it. It's like I always look at it. It's like I'm always a little mystified by what's going on, but somehow it's instantly inviting. I think that is extraordinary.
It really is.
It's extraordinarily inviting the way its tone is. There's always a little suspense in the air. Like it always feels like it's a little bit chaotic or it's about to get a little chaotic.
Right.
It doesn't ever feel like it never settles down.
You're like waiting for the shoe to drop on at any moment.
Yeah.
So it's like, good movie, man.
Good
choice here. Good choice.
Right on, dude. I thought it flows. First kind of more 2010s era filmmaking. I figure there's a lot of that's going to probably start popping up a lot too.
Yeah, true.
I like looking at 21st century movies, particularly while we're down here. It seems like I'm most drawn to that.
Yeah, we started another movie last night for our Denzel movie.
Oh,
of the week.
Yeah, which one?
Oh man, what was it called now? Marsa. Sorry, Denzel Washington. It was made in 2000, I believe.
Oh yeah, remember the? Oh, we talking about the
or no, not 2000. I'm sorry, 91.
Oh yeah, I don't remember the title, but I do remember you talking about this.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah,
on my messages now.
I remember being
well, the only reason I would
Mississippi something.
Mississippi Mississippi Masala.
Masala, Mississippi. I know what you're talking about. I remember that poster looked really cool.
Yeah, me too. I thought the same thing. I was watching it last night, and It's okay. I mean, like I think it's a good movie. Mississippi. Oh, I can't spell Mississippi. It's gonna kill me if I don't before I get the title. How do you spell it? M-I-S.
Yeah, M-I-S-S-I.
Yeah, there we go. Mississippi Masala.
Yeah. So it's just okay so far?
Okay, so it's basically it's a I don't even know it's drama, very much more of a drama, but like I guess like Denzel Washington's finding love in like he's getting into this relationship with this Indian woman, and it's basically starts off the first part of the movie is just where they're in their home country and she's a little girl and like they basically get kicked out of their country for all these things going on and in the state of the world and country and politics and things like that. And so it flash forwards like 20 years later or something like that, and she's grown up now, and Denzel Washington, she's living in Mississippi, and she ends up meeting him, and they just start kind of mixing their family, hanging out, and getting in each other's circles and stuff like that. And it's just kind of like following these characters along. And I think it's like well done. I think it's very good acting and stuff like that. But it's just there's a little bit of just a dryness to it that's just like, and it's like when I talk slow burn, it's slow burn.
Oof, like,
yeah, it's very slow.
Sometimes those are unnecessary.
And I'm like sitting here watching it, and we got to it was kind of getting late. I had to get up in the morning, so I think there's probably like 45 minutes left of the movie, and I was like, well, we can finish it tomorrow or whatever. And like, I basically was just like, yeah, like, cause I get what's going on, but it's just like, I'm like, I don't know, like sometimes I have a hard time watching movies I feel like have a slow burn. I'm not getting anything out of it,
Me too. No, me too. Yeah, sometimes those are particularly challenging. Where it's like, all right, I don't know if it's worth all this. You're not really gripped enough into everything about it to know if you should care about it.
Yeah, like I get it, like, and I see what you're trying to do, and I like the characters. It's, I'm not bashing anything about what's going on in the movie, but it's just like for me, it's not gripping enough, and it's not like fun enough to like be eager to finish this
That's
thing,
it, dude. I know what you mean. I've gotten that feeling a lot of like reading some of these books the first time where it's like, man, I almost don't know if I like it that much right now. Even though I know it's technically brilliant, like I know I usually end up kind of warming up to it later, and then maybe some films are like that too. But it's like at first, it's just like, wow, it does kind of like it takes a lot of effort to kind of take it. And that's what I started remembering. Okay, a lot of these movies are like that too. The first time I watch them, it's like, wow, I don't know if I love it instantly.
Yeah,
and a lot of great stuff. It's like, well, I need a little time to kind of take that in properly. Like we're talking about Man of Steel. It's like I was always a question mark until just kind of today. Or I kind of knew it was going to happen, but
there's sometimes like I'll watch something that I think is like pretty good or entertaining, but then it just doesn't really do something for me. I don't know. I'm like, well, maybe I didn't really like it or something like that later. But then I watch it years and years later, and it's really good. But there's some movies where I'm just like, this feels like a chore, and I'm not really sure how I feel about this movie. I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm kind of getting that vibe right now with Mississippi Masala. Denzel's great. It's and the cast is good, and it's a well cultured movie and things like that, and all that stuff is good. But I like their like little romance they've got going on. But the movie's really not doing anything for me, and that's where I'm kind of like, all right, well, But so I gotta watch. I'll either finish that one or jump to something else.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a big question mark. Okay, is this actually clicked? Is this actually warranting the slow burn?
Like if Wendy wants to finish it and it's on, I'll probably finish it with her. But if she never brings it up, or if she wants to finish it and I'm like doing something else, like that's fine too. So I'm like, but we'll see if I can cram in some other fun stuff this weekend. But something about pacing and
I mean, it's particular because I think it's like if you're going to go slow burner, I think there's something very sensitive about. Maybe it's from being a filmmaker, but you kind of want to warrant the slow burn almost.
Yes,
it's like,
exactly.
If you're getting the platform to do it, I don't know. It's like you just something, and you just want every moment of it to count.
Because I like good slow burn movies.
It's
too. Just
the best whenever
you got to really be hooked into it.
You just got to nail all the components about it, right? Like I think another slow burner movie. I haven't watched this in a while, but I've been very philosophical about it lately. The movie The Deer Hunter. Have we talked about that, or have you seen it?
No, I don't think we've talked about it.
Recommend checking that out. That's a real personal favorite. I think it's just for being an extremely powerful film. I think the pacing of that movie is slow burner as it gets, and it's particularly inspiring. And I could almost sense you making a movie like this if you brought out your full on dramatic shades, because it's basically just like a kind of like before, during, and after kind of process. It involves Vietnam War, literally just a crew out up in Philly actually. And
wow,
they're like closely knit. Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, John Cazale, like amazing actors. All around, and basically the whole first hour is just kind of them throwing a big old party, and you're just getting to really know all the characters close up. Like they're throwing a party, they go out actually deer hunting in some scenes, and they just kind of get into like a silly arguments. But it also kind of amounts to this all feels very innocent in every sense of the word. It's the film just is wonderfully slow paced at kind of just getting you with just hanging out with the characters, and then all of a sudden it throws you right into the trenches of Vietnam War, and they're in the most chaotic, the most hellish kind of like thriller, intense like game of Russian roulette I've ever seen in a movie. I mean, it is like harrowing. It's like traumatizingly disturbing to watch Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken just go through the like hell, basically hell on earth. It's so intense that I was like, wow, this made me think of the most intense scenes of Quentin Tarantino, like amped up to the max. I mean, it's very uncomfortable. Then you get to the third act, and then it's like, well, now they're back home, and just like no, they can't really adjust to things like they could the first hour. So it feels very painful.
Okay,
but it's particularly well paced though. There's a lot to be influenced by out of that movie. Somehow I think about that director a lot, Michael Cimino, because it was like that was kind of his only big hit. He made another movie I love personally that was very polarizing and made him go bankrupt, because it was just like his movies are just uniquely ambitious, and almost so ambitious that it's like, man, I think he genuinely had a hard time keeping a following for a long period. It was just like he's so far over.
What was that other movie?
It's called Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
Yeah,
I never heard of that.
It made a company called RKO. They funded stuff like Citizen Kane, and it was made in 1980. And basically, it made the company go bankrupt because it bombed so bad in the box office. But it's kind of a masterpiece, though. It's like basically a 5-hour Western.
5 hours?
Yeah, it's kind of too much. It's kind of too much. Yeah. It's over the top, but I'm like, but if I actually just get into it and really, really give it. It takes effort, but I'm like, okay, it actually is a great movie.
Yeah.
But holy hell, it's demanding.
Ooh,
I'm not trying to watch it again since, but yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen I've never heard of a 5-hour movie.
Right? I know. Yeah. You don't see anything more than like Lord of the Rings.
3.5 maybe, and then there's a 4-hour the Snyder cut for Justice League is 4 hours, but it's broken up in like parts, or whatever.
Yeah, but like Christopher Walken's in this movie too. I think that's why I love it. This director collaborates with Christopher Walken particularly a lot, and this is like his early roots. Like it's a great movie.
Heaven's Gate.
Did
it come out in theaters?
Yeah, it did, but like, dude, it bombed. Like no one saw it. No one wanted to see this.
No one wanted to see a 5-hour movie.
Yeah, like this movie took time. It took perfection, and it took like I think the director just kind of like it kind of bombed his whole like filmography. Like he made a few other like movies, but it's like this I think really almost killed his
Western
career
too. That's
it was like dated by the 80s. People weren't interested in Westerns by the 80s, so it's like he made a masterpiece too late almost. It's like he got the timing. Just the timing could have been more wrong almost for making such a movie. It's like he had his moment with The Deer Hunter, and that was it. And I think again, I'd recommend checking out The Deer Hunter.
What year was that one?
1978.
Oh, okay.
It's emotional. It's just really emotional, man. I don't know. I could sincerely like see you really gravitating to the aesthetic of that movie.
Yeah,
maybe just the way it's a lot. It's heavy, so it's like I'll definitely say Warren. Like it's just emotionally very intense, but it somehow just warrants itself getting it there just perfect. I felt like personally.
Yeah, I'll have to look out for that one.
Yeah, just good pacing all around. Just it's one of the most unforgettable I've ever seen. Yeah, and I think Robert De Niro actually said that was the most exhausting movie he'd ever done in his whole life.
Oh yeah,
he said that was draining to make. Like he was so tired while doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucked the life out of him.
Yeah, well, he was doing a lot of stuff in the 70s.
He was busy, man. He was Taxi Driver. He was Raging Bull after that.
That's what I was just thinking of.
Mean Streets. Like man, that's crazy.
Wasn't Casino? Yeah,
Casino was in the 90s. Yeah, Raging Bull. Yeah,
Raging Bull. I was thinking of that.
Dude, that is a crazy movie. What are your thoughts on that one nowadays?
We talked about it a little bit when you went on your Scorsese dive.
Yeah, we pretty much already did.
Ugly movie.
It's ugly. Yeah. Because De Niro's good at doing, man. He was all over the map, like we were saying in the 70s, just onward, really. That it's like kind of just kept going with Scorsese in the 80s, like king of comedy. It's like man, but De Niro's just he's also just totally an original actor in every sense of the word. So many groundbreaking movies.
Another slow burn I was just thinking of was Sorcerer.
Dude, bro, isn't that one insane? That's a super duper slow burn.
And what's your take on that? That was a hard watch for me.
That is a complex.
I watched it at your place.
Yeah, I remember.
We watched it together.
I did remember that. What's your take on it overall nowadays?
I still think back on it every once in a while. I'm like, did I just not like it in the moment, or do I still not like it? And I'm still kind of leaning towards like I didn't really care for it too much. Just it was like
it's off and pacing.
It was off and pacing. It was really hard for me to get into. Like I couldn't like grasp what was actually going, like how things started in the first part. I was like, I didn't realize they were kind of telling story of how everyone was getting to that moment individually before they all kind of got there, and then
it's weird.
And then when they got there all together, I guess I just was still trying to figure out like, okay, well, what are they doing, or I don't know. Like once I understood what was happening and going forward, I was like, okay, and I was like interested to see what was happening, or like how it got there. It's not like a bad. I don't think it's a bad movie. It was really long, and it was kind of hard for me to get into.
A little too demanding for what it seems like it's going. Yeah, no, I totally can see that angle.
There's like a lot of I felt like political violence or something.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. I think a lot of it's just almost intended just to feel like you're just in this, around a bunch of chaos, and you're just getting a bunch of characters thrown at you. You don't really know who you're supposed to latch on, so you don't really know it. I think the movie's going for that. I didn't really love it the first time either, almost for that reason, because it's like, I had this feeling of like the first hour is kind of just overwhelming chaos, and I'm not sure has a purpose. So then the second act turns into just one of the most mesmerizing thrillers I've ever seen. I love the second half dearly. So I think whenever I see it and I rewatch it, I kind of appreciate the first act for just kind of just lunging me into a bunch of random chaos like the characters are, and facing all the political violence and all that's just kind of building up to just like, well, transporting all this intense like nitroglycerin just from one side of a jungle to another. And basically they just have to go through the route perfect, otherwise they're gonna die basically. Right. So it's just, I think it's just the high stakes of the whole scenario are just very intimidating and intense. So it's just, I think just that almost just gives it the grip in a lot of ways. But it's weird how it gets there. It's basically a great movie that's weird how it gets there. And that movie also bombed really bad at the box office at the time.
I can see that too.
Yeah, that was a horrible bomb, because I think that was like the same weekend as the first fucking Star Wars movie. So it's like, that's just destined to fail. That's just the worst time ever.
Yeah.
No one knew Star Wars was going to be that popular.
I wonder if he knew. He saw that ahead. It was just like,
I don't think he read that.
It was just like, can we move the release date to a different weekend? Ooh. Star Wars is going to destroy us.
Star Wars is going to kill everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you're out
of luck.
That's wild.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's like Avengers Doomsday and Dune Part 3 are coming out on the same weekend.
Oh, that is insane.
Yeah.
Like, which one is he going to see first?
Well, it's kind of, what would they do? There was Barbie and
Barbenheimer.
They're calling it Doomsday.
Doomsday. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I can't wait to see Nolan's new movie, The Odyssey. I've been hearing I think a few people have screened it and said it's mesmerizing masterpiece.
I bet.
Like, this is going to be huge.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm mystified as it gets.
I'm really into the Greek mythology and all those stories. Like, and I remember reading the Odyssey and seeing things, variations of it and whatnot. But I'm super excited what he does.
Mystified as it gets. This is going to be a really interesting one, I think. And just what's he been cooking the past few years? It's like, I can't wait to see that revealed. I like to stay away from all trailers and everything.
I try to. I haven't seen the newest spots for it or anything like that. I've been trying to stay away from it.
I just want to lay low and just be surprised in the moment. Just like with that new Cliff Booth movie. I know that David Fincher's taking
I saw they posted that too.
I don't want to watch it. I sincerely don't want to. I just want to be surprised, because I know the surprise on what's next level.
I think that's an interesting choice to do that sequel.
Isn't that interesting? It kind of seems right. Like, I think he would make it perfectly different than how Tarantino did it.
I hope. I think
it needs a new voice. It needs a new aesthetic, kind of.
I just wonder how that got worked out.
I know. I wonder that too. I have a lot of questions about that too.
Yeah, because it's Tarantino's character, right?
Yeah,
like he
just kind of gave it to David Fincher.
I wonder if
is that Fincher's such a different artist.
Fincher maybe proposed an idea and he signed off on it, or Tarantino approached him about it or something. I don't know, but that's so interesting. I wonder how. Yeah, I think that's such an interesting spin-off.
It's an interesting move. Yeah, I'm curious what Brad, because I feel like the way Fincher looks at things, he's more of like a moody noir type of director. Tarantino's almost about having fun, exuberance, the excitement. And I feel like Fincher's going to be darker about it. I feel usually it's toned significantly darker. So yeah, I only have a bunch of question marks from there about it though. I'm excited to see it though.
Right.
I think that and the Odyssey are the most anticipated of this year so far.
Okay.
Are there any others that are speaking to you right now this year?
I don't know, man. Scream 7's coming out this month.
Seriously?
Yeah,
oh, sweet.
I want to see that. That just has a Scream
Yeah, I'd
fan,
be curious how that goes. I love
Did you see the franchise?
I've not seen all of them. Dude, the first one's amazing.
Of course,
the first one's one of my all-time favorites. I don't think I've seen any of the sequels. That's a shame.
Yeah, dude. 2's great. 3's okay. 4's killer.
That's a weak link. I think franchise sequels, I'm not too good at a lot.
Yeah,
I'll work on that this year.
I mean, it's a legacy franchise, and he did. He just did so well with it, and when they started picking it back up with 5 and 6, they're uniquely fun in their own way, and it's very modernized, and it's very pretty brutal as far as kills and stuff goes. It's gotten polarized reviews and some controversy has happened going into the 7th one, but overall I'm still excited to see the 7th. I'm like, anything. It's like with any of these franchises, like whether it's Halloween or Friday the 13th. I'm looking forward to what they got if they come out with another one. I'm like, I'm gonna watch it, So, yeah. But it's just hit or miss now these days. Halloween, the 2018 version one was really, really good, but Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends are not very good. Yeah. And Halloween Kills, I've tried to rewatch that one a few times, and there's parts of it that I think the first part of it is like pretty good, and then it just starts kind of slowly getting worse and worse throughout it. But Halloween Ends was not that good either. I don't know. They have the
those are hit or miss.
Unique. Yeah, it's very unique.
You never know what you're gonna get out of those.
But you haven't seen a lot of any of these horror franchises. I'm
gonna work on that this year with Halloween. Friday. I'm gonna get there.
I think you just need to pick one.
I do love the movies I've seen. I need to just see them all.
Pick one character and then go through the movies.
Yeah,
because that's what I normally do every year. I'll pick one franchise I want to rewatch. Whether it's Nightmare on Elm Street or
that's another one. Halloween, Friday the 13th, like Final Destination movies too. I'd be interested in those also.
Those are good. Yeah, we watched. We rewatched all of those, and they hold up. Like 4 is the worst one, but 5's all right. And then if you like after a while after you start watching, like 4 and 5 are not really that good in comparison. But the newest one that just came out was pretty good.
I've heard good things about that one. Yeah, that's cool. I'm very interested.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's just. I mean, those horror franchises, they're just they're fun to watch, especially around spooky season.
Yeah.
I normally don't watch any of those until October.
Yeah, it's just fun seeing actors, just characters. Just sometimes those series they'll shift up the perspective of the characters. It's just fun getting
another one that was pretty good for. It just kind of it's got that 2000s horror kind of vibe. I think it was 99 maybe. The Faculty, Robert Rodriguez.
I've heard of that, dude. Yeah, how is that?
Great.
I don't know anything about it.
Really, really fun. I watched it for the first time this past October, I think. Very, very fun. Elijah Wood's in it. And there's a few other people in it, I think. But
I want to see this.
Yeah, it's really good. Basically, these kids. It's got that. It starts off with The Offspring as a soundtrack. You're just okay, this is gonna be a good time, And.
It's Robert Rodriguez, man. Yeah, he has fun with this stuff, man.
Yeah, it's like that time period right there. He was really doing, he was doing all right.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's like these kids in the school, and slowly their whole faculty gets abducted by aliens. Essentially, they're they start turning it they're being possessed by aliens essentially, but it's really good. It's really, really fun. So highly recommend that one.
I'm intrigued by that. Yeah, that got me reflecting on Rodriguez. The one I'm really know and familiar with that I really love is Sin City. Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, man.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Sin City 1's really good. I haven't seen it in a long, long time.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah,
I think even back then, some of it went over my head, or I was too young to appreciate.
I feel that way too. I just look back at clips. And I'm like, wow,
I do want to watch it now.
And I love the screenwriting. The characters are really good. It's a great movie. Yeah, it's a great aesthetic value. It really brought, I think, in a very inviting comic book tone, and it's very stylized about it, but it warrants a lot of substance in the characters too. So it's perfectly balanced. That's a great movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to spend more time with it too and really get to know it because I love that movie on reflection.
Yeah, I do want to check that one out. They did a second one, which I remember thinking I think it was okay maybe, but I like the stylized look of the whole movie. So
the black and white cinematography, it's so very inviting.
But like they had red for the blood, and the yellow, like that guy. The one image I don't forget is the yellow looking guy. I can't remember what his name was, but he is gross, and he looks really gross, and it just looks like a comic book villain or something.
That's
but
right.
He bleeds yellow, I think.
Yeah, I remember which character that is. I remember that aesthetic.
Yeah, it's just
that was crazy.
Yeah, very, very, and it's got a good cast.
Yeah, it's a good cast. Yeah, Bruce Willis, Clive Owen, Mickey Rourke, Jessica Alba, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
Michael Madsen. It's a big list.
I gotta check that one out again,
dude. I know. I want to too. I'm very intrigued. Yeah, I've been really sparked up on that. I need to go through more Rodriguez in general.
You make Spy Kids, right?
Yep, you did Spy Kids. Yeah, what's your take on all that now?
I mean, I remember liking it when I was young.
Same.
I watched 1, 2, and 3, but
I saw them all. I watched the first two a lot, and then the third one was
actually.
Okay.
I wonder if Augie would like Spy Kids.
Actually,
I should check it. I should throw it on.
Yeah, dude, those are fun. I think they hold up in a way. They're really fun movies.
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched them in forever, but they kind of do live on, and they're really fun movies.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll. if he likes Spy Kids. That's a
good question. Yeah, there's also Alita: Battle Angel. That was I thought it was just okay, but hey,
I've never seen that.
That was also Rodriguez. He did that one a little more recently.
Okay.
Yeah, that one had a following. Some people might do another one.
I see that every once in a while pop up and people talk about it.
Yeah, that's a cool. Yeah, no, From Dusk Till Dawn. I think I really need to see that.
I need
already.
to see that. I haven't seen it.
I'm right with you. I know that's one everyone talks about.
I know it's an iconic. People talk about it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I love George Clooney and Tarantino's acting. Yeah, George Clooney's awesome.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've never seen. I need to watch that one.
Yeah, I need to see it. Yeah, and then I remember there's also one in the mid 2000s like Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Yeah, it's kind of like another version of Spy Kids or something. Essentially, I watched it when I was a kid.
Did you like it?
I can't remember. I think I was kind of getting to that age where it was like I think I was starting to age out of some stuff.
I know what you mean. I was literally the same way. No, I think that challenged me because I was like right in the middle of this. Looks interesting, but I felt like it almost seemed like I felt like I was outgrown it a little. It seemed the tone almost seemed too juvenile. I was wanting darker stuff a little bit more.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit more. I wanted to watch just more mature things or in my age bracket or something. I don't know. I just remember. I think I was aging out of that.
Yeah, I still might want to check it out just to see. Yeah. Planet Terror. I know. I still need to see that second part of the Grindhouse. He did that. Yeah. That's an interesting filmography. And then there's like the El Mariachi trilogy. I think that's what I honestly need to see the most.
Yeah.
It's like a whole trilogy. I was like Desperado, El Mariachi, then like Once Upon a Time in Mexico. It's like those all sound interesting. Johnny Depp's the villain in the Mexico movie.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Cool. Antonio Banderas. It's like a hitman character, basically. I've never seen it, but I've seen some clips, and I know people have been a huge fan of that trilogy. It sounds like it's worth checking out. So I'll definitely have to check those out. You have a thought on them
For sure.
Yeah. Interesting director.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one. Let's see what else. Did you see you saw the Knives Out sequel, right?
Glass Onion.
Yeah. How was that?
It was good. It was really fun.
I didn't see that.
Edward Norton.
The first movie.
Yeah, it's good cast. Edward Norton was in it.
That's right. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it was. I liked it a lot. I just now watched it because the newest Knives Out just came out. Wake Up Dead Man or something like that. Yeah. And Wendy watched that, but I haven't seen the second one, so she ended up rewatching Glass Onion with me, and I liked it. It's a great mystery movie. It's fun. I really appreciate Rian Johnson's directing and writing in that particularly, and I liked how it was like unraveling the whole thing. I mean, like it literally like a glass onion. I mean, it was so awesome. Interesting. It was so interesting.
Seems like it's like Jonathan's best moment. I feel like that first movie is like kind of his best project in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
like, it's just like you said, great directing, so many great characters. Like he's great at juggling an ensemble cast, making a good thriller out of it. Yeah, he's
well. It's I try not to shake. I try to shake off any hate I have for him for Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah,
exactly. I never heard of Rian Johnson until the Last Jedi.
Yeah,
and I hated The Last Jedi.
Me too. I hated that movie too, actually. Yeah, that was my
and then a lot of people were like defend it because they're like, no, it's just so different. That's why it's good, and that's Rian Johnson. He's just amazing in what he does, and but like I was like, okay, I understand that, but there's a different time and place we could have done that with a Star Wars movie. I think.
Yeah.
We should have just. First of all, this new trilogy shouldn't have even happened.
It shouldn't have happened. It's dead, dude. It's like, it's really too. It's rehashing what's already been done.
Yeah, and you should have just let J.J. Abrams direct the trilogy because
he had it the best.
I liked what he did with The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So what? It was rehashing A New Hope. Like,
it was still entertaining.
It was still good. It was and it was entertaining. It was fun. It kept true to the legacy. It was solid. I thoroughly enjoyed that, but. You should just let him, because he ended up going back and directing the third one.
Yeah, it was like, it's just awkward.
Man, it's just like you could tell he was trying to clean up what
they didn't know what they were doing. And Last Jedi was a mess, dude.
Yeah,
it messy.
Is. And it's like that's why they're like, oh yeah, he just went in and fucked the system up and da da da. And it's just like, okay, so that kind of I did get some like hate on him as a director.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like his science fiction elements personally.
Yeah.
I love him as a thriller director because he did like Knives Out, and then he also directed a few of the last seasons of season 5 of Breaking Bad.
I didn't know that.
Behind a lot of I know. I kind of
makes
didn't know
sense.
that either.
Okay.
Yeah, he's great at depicting that. Odyssey he directed that episode.
Stick with the realism, I guess.
Yeah, he's better with realism. Because another science fiction he did I didn't care for was I know a lot of people love this movie, so it might be polarizing, but Looper. Have you seen that movie?
Oh, I have not seen that.
I'd be curious to get your take. Yeah, so I know it has a following, but I personally I love the first half of it, but then like the second half kind of gets a little too off. I
wanted
to
check it out. It's Bruce Willis?
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
kind of like similar stage of a similar personality. It kind of involves time travel, so it's like a fantastic premise. I mean, really well executed in the first half of it. And maybe I need to go back and rewatch it again, and really make sure I feel this way. But I always like the second half. Second half just kind of like you just kind of basically just kind of gets straight into this house basically. And it gets, I don't know, maybe it's the idea point, but it gets kind of aimless. I felt it felt like that. Also, what you're saying with like Last Jedi, it's like it didn't really feel like it wrapped it up, or it didn't really feel like it had a point. Really, it just kind of felt too aimless, and
it was just,
like it didn't need to exist.
That movie. That's a whole episode's worth of discussion for Star Wars,
Yeah,
but
I'm really.
Someone actually commented on our X-Men clip and was saying that they would like us to hear us review all the X-Men movies.
Oh man!
So maybe that's something we could do. We could just rewatch the series, like the whole franchise, and talk about it. Dedicate an episode on X-Men.
Oh, we could do that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch all of them. I really want to. I'm very intrigued.
I'd be really curious, interested to hear what you think about especially after you finished X2, how you feel about when you watched The Last Stand.
Yeah,
and then
I'm curious.
Going back and watching the new trilogy, or like the First Class and Days of Future Past.
I want to see all of those.
Days of Future Past is where you need to get to.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
That rewrites all the mistakes the X-Men movies made.
Right on.
And
they all just sound entertaining, even if they're not like technically perfect. They all just sound like they're worth checking out.
They are.
I like I'm interested in the characters on a soap opera sense after watching the first two.
Yeah, it's very soap opera. Yeah,
that's awesome. It's like that's how it's done. It does say perfect. I think so. I'm gonna watch, and there's like a lot more too. I think
there's
from that also. So
you've got you've got the two trilogies there, and then you've got the Dark Phoenix that came out after the second trilogy, and then you've got the not New Mutants. Was it called the New Mutants? I guess they're like in a psych ward.
Damn.
Yeah. On paper, sounds really good. It's I think it is called the New Mutants. And it's like it's cool, but it's kind of played out like a horror film. The only problem is they spent like years and years and years trying to make it, and had so many fucking changes and things happening to the movie. It's pretty much a mess. Like it's a big mess, and kind of sucks. Like, but they did that one, and then there's all the Wolverine movies that
Wolverine. That's what I was gonna say. I need to get. I'll plan on going through that. Yeah, let's dedicate a full episode to X-Men. I'll make that one of my missions.
We'll have to plan for that. Well, me and you can.
I'll let you know when I watch.
Sidebar,
maybe, I'll try to watch them all.
Maybe when you watch one, I'll watch one. Then that way we can kind of keep up to par with. I'll
probably just go chronological after X2. X2. I'll just rewatch them. Go through all of them in order, basically.
Days of Future Past, I wouldn't mind rewatching. That's a great one.
I've heard great things about that one.
Yeah, it's an iconic one. So.
That's cool. I don't know anything about that one. So that's what
and Hugh Jackman's the front. He's the lead.
He's so awesome, dude. What a great actor. Yeah, I feel like I look back at him, I'm like, wow, I really love his filmography. He hasn't been in as many movies as I thought you would think.
Yeah.
He's mostly just in the X-Men movies, really. And then like the movie Prisoners was fantastic.
Right.
And
Prestige
Prestige. There was one randomly. Did you ever see that movie Van Helsing?
Oh yeah, love Van Helsing.
I did too back in the day. I don't remember anything about it. Yeah, that's a pretty cool vampire movie.
That was my first movie I saw by myself in the PG-13.
Yeah. Oh really? Oh, that's what's up. That was
my
first DVDs I owned.
I really loved it. I actually need to get that on DVD.
I need to rewatch.
Man.
I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's pretty fun. They have all the monsters in it. He's great. I mean, I haven't seen it in a long time. It could not maybe hold up as much, but I do think it's still fun. If I rewatch it, I have a feeling I still think it's fun. But Van Helsing, I really love that. I think it was like 2004.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, that would be a fun one to revisit sometime. Yeah, that was quite a unique one. Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
There's a movie that came out a few years ago that Hugh Jackman was in. He's like part of an education. He's like a superintendent or something like that, or like he's on a school board or it's a teacher or something like that. But he basically he's stealing money from the school system for for all his time, and he's like going out to Vegas, and he has he's married and back in his home state or whatever, but he goes out to Vegas for these work conferences or something like that, but he's really hooking up with his gay lover, and he's just enjoying a whole second life and partying and all this stuff, but all the embezzlement catches up with him, and it's a whole dramatic movie, and that was actually really good. I can't remember what it was called though. Yeah, but it came out maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
The Hugh Jackman movie.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds interesting.
I would check that one. That was pretty well done.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out what that is.
Yeah,
I'll see what he's been in recently.
Yeah, it was Yeah, pretty different shade of him. A little bit of a crime, mischief guy. So.
Was it a Free Guy by chance?
Free Guy? No, that was Ryan Reynolds.
Gotcha.
Doing a
yes, it was in there somewhere. I'll just
spoof. Yeah, I think he cameos as like Wolverine or something in there.
Right on. Well, I'll look into that. That's cool.
I'll have to look.
That sounds really cool.
But yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 1 hour 27.
Oh, man, right on.
Hey, good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff, man. That's great, man.
See what's going on upstairs, and we can hop off of here. Yeah, thanks for listening, anybody.
Appreciate y'all.
We appreciate. We're almost at 100 streams. I'm excited about that.
Sweet, dude. That's what's up.
Good stuff. So.
Great stuff, dude.
All right, well, we'll see what we get into next week.
Until next week.
Catch you later.
Until next time.